But you longtime listeners of the show, you are in for a treat. You are in for something that you probably thought you would never, ever hear on The Odd Couple. And I'm just going to introduce
Don't oversell it, please.
I can't wait to hear this. But Tom Brady, the GOAT, really chastised the NFL Players Association recently. You guys may know that the values of the teams came out earlier this week. And the values of all the NFL teams combined increased by an average of 14%. All right. We're talking about a pandemic, folks. We're still in a pandemic. And the value of the average NFL team increased by 14%. And that got Tom Brady's GOAT, no pun intended. Here's what he posted on Instagram. The salary cap dropped by 20%, right? Because remember, the owners, they lost revenue during the pandemic, and they dropped the cap by 20%, which obviously means fewer dollars, less money for the players, because it's all based on the cap. So Brady says the salary cap dropped by 20%, and the new media deals were announced. He says the day after, it was actually about a week after, the 2021 salary cap was set.
So some of the information in this thing is not correct, but go ahead.
NFL players better wake up. And he ats the NFLPA. NFL players are ignorant in all caps. The new TV deal came out about a week later, not when. He didn't write that. That's just on our notes. All right. So Brady's not happy because the players, the cap went down. And then a week later, the league announces this new TV deal. And so the players this year will be out of some loot. And Rob, this is why I said, you guys, you thought you'd never hear it. Rob Parker hates to admit it, but it's true. Rob Parker and Tom Brady are on the same page. Yes, admit it, Rob. You're on the same page.
I've been saying this for 100 years longer than Tom Brady. And the players' union, and it's disgraceful. That union is so bad, and I know we had Marcellus Wiley on you. Remember, Chris, we got into it with him about the deal. He's
Every
a part of it.
Ex-player, wasn't Ephraim, our friend Ephraim Salam's a part of it too. Like they defend it, but there's no defense. Okay. And basically, they have been bamboozled, and they get bent over every chance the league can. Hoodwink, all that other stuff. Run amok.
Right.
They didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on them.
Thank you. Because they don't have any backbone to stand up. As a group, they're very powerful, but they allow the owners to get the upper hand in all the deals. Their money's not guaranteed yet. All the other pro leagues, hockey's money's guaranteed, Chris, and baseball's money's guaranteed. The NBA's money's guaranteed. Okay, and then they say, "Well, you can't."
The most dangerous sport.
Right, you can't guarantee football. Yes, you can. Give them a real 3-year guaranteed contract. If the guy doesn't play well, Chris, don't re-sign him. If he signs well, you get more money. Right? It's real simple. Give him a real contract. But my point is, and Brady's point, is that he's right about the players' union. No, he's right.
Wow. Wowsy, woo. Where is that?
No, it's true. What?
I hope you got that drop. Brady's right.
No.
Did you get that drop?
I already plastered it.
No,
Brady's
please.
right. I got to
lose that, Alex. Lose that. but I've been saying this forever, and now Brady in year 25 all of a sudden wants to speak up and chastise the union. Tom Brady was a voice, a face, the most accomplished quarterback in the league. He could have been doing this before. And Brady is the biggest hypocrite going as well.
What?
Yes, he is. because he was the same guy taking less money, not taking his maximum value. He's never been the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, which is ridiculous considering he's the most accomplished.
He's the best.
Right? Because and it's not like he saved the Patriots money and then they went out and got him all the best receivers. All they ever did was get scrap heap people. They never went out and spent the money he saved them on top flight people. Okay, everybody who came had some sort of trouble elsewhere, some other things going on. Even Randy Moss, they thought he had quit in Oakland.
Ocho Cinco?
Yeah, all of them, Chris. All of those guys had a checkered past or had a drug issue or something, and those are the guys that the Patriots went out and got. So my point is, he should have been one of those guys who stood up, got his complete value, and what I mean by that is, if he's getting his maximum value, he raises the pay scale for everybody else behind him, the other quarterbacks. But because Brady was taken under the market value, they could use that to go, wait a minute, you want what? Brady only makes so-and-so, and he's the best quarterback in the league. So they used him as a measuring stick, which isn't fair because Brady was taking less. That's all I'm saying. So Brady's right in one respect about beating up on the union, which I think is the worst pro sports union in the history of mankind, but he's an awful hypocrite.
Rob, stop it! I knew you couldn't do it. You couldn't just say, Tom Brady and I see eye to eye. Tom Brady's right. I agree with Tom Brady. You couldn't just go there. You were fine until about the last 2 minutes with the Brady's a hypocrite thing. Because first of all, they didn't bring in superb skilled players, but they obviously brought in superb linemen and others because they won 6 Super Bowls. So they spent the money, they just spent it elsewhere. And Tom Brady, oh, woe is him. He's so poor. He's in the poorhouse. He's the second highest paid NFL player ever. He made $263 million so far. So Tom Brady is fine. And why? Like, I have no problem with Brady or any other player. If he's happy where he's at, why should he leave just for the highest bidder?
It's not about that. It's getting your maximum value from the Patriots. Make them pay you. Make them pay you what you're worth. It ain't about leaving, Chris.
No, look, I'll listen to you for 5 minutes. Can I talk? Maybe they wouldn't have offered him more. And then he would have had to leave. Or maybe they wouldn't have been able to get this lineman or this defensive tackle or whatever. This linebacker that may have helped them win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady is far better off having stayed in New England, taking a little less money, and winning 6 Super Bowls than going elsewhere for the very last dime he could get and maybe not having nearly as many not having half as many, or not having any after. I guess he would have had the first 3. Those came so quickly. But I can't chastise him for staying someplace where he was happy because he was a little. I was at the old network. I got offers to go elsewhere for more money. I stayed there because I was happy. I don't apologize for that. And he shouldn't have to apologize either. It's not his responsibility to get every player in the league paid. They still making plenty of money. And some other quarterback could have came up and done it.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, you have misinformation as always. The Patriots spent below the NFL average 6 of his last 7 years when they had Brady. So they weren't going out taking the money, spending. Wait, no, Chris. Can I talk? I'm giving you. It don't have nothing to do. Maybe they just, the other teams
choked.
Has
everything to do with
it doesn't mean that they had better players. Other teams choked. I'm telling you, can I give you the facts? You're going with feelings. I'm giving you facts. Facts. F-A-C-T-Z.
Why you got your panties in a bunch?
All right? They spent
The mention of
below
the
the
name got you
NFL average
hyped.
in 6 of the last 7 years where they had Brady in terms of salary cap dollars. That's according to the Boston Globe, not Rob-pedia, not Rob making up something-pedia, not some false narrative. These are facts. That's all I'm telling you. They
You know
didn't
what
take that
also
money
facts?
and reinvest it into the team. They took that extra money that Brady gave up and put in their pockets.
So what?
Yeah, that's
So
a
he
real.
he
that's
should
a great
apologize
response.
for that?
So what?
No, I'm
That's a
serious.
real response.
So he
what?
should have went.
And
He
we
should
can
have
say
went
that about
somewhere
everything.
else.
Let's
He
say
should
that
have went
about
somewhere
everything.
else.
So what? Okay, I remember
He should have
that.
went somewhere else.
That's not
right?
my point.
And not won
That's
the last
not my
3
point.
Super
You're
Bowls. What's
missing
your
the
point?
My
What's your
point is that he
would have
should
been
get
better
paid
off
what his
leaving?
value is instead of discounting his value. When he discounted his value, he's discounted every quarterback's value in the
Stop
National
it.
Football League.
He made $263 million.
He played
Rob.
25 years. That doesn't mean anything.
Why didn't anybody else make more?
Because they didn't play as long. He's playing 25
Peyton Manning
years,
played
Chris.
as long. Drew Brees played as long. Brees made $6 million more than him. He played as long. Stop it. If he wants to take less money because he's happy where he's at, fine.
You're missing the point. It's not about that. It's about
The
being a
point is
trendsetter. It's
Man,
about being.
please.
It's
The
about.
point is about
it's
winning
about
and being
no,
happy.
it's about a.
That's
it's
what the
about
point
no.
is.
That's why
It
the
is.
union is so bad.
You be
It's
a
because
trendsetter
guys
and
like
be
Brady.
miserable.
Guys
Look,
like
be a
Brady's
trendsetter
weak
and
in the
lose.
union. Guys like
be
Brady's
a
weak in the
trendsetter and
union.
lose. You like that?
It
You'd
doesn't
rather
go
be
like
a
that, Chris.
trendsetter and have
That's
no
a
Super
false
Bowls?
narrative. Just because you take more money doesn't mean you lose. That's phony. Stop saying that. That doesn't mean anything.
No, all I'm saying is he
Patrick
got nothing to
Mahomes
complain
took less
about.
money. He lost
Yeah.
last year. Did he lose or did he win?
I ain't
what did
talking
he
about
do?
what's Patrick Mahomes got to do with this?
No, you just said he took less money. Did he win?
Listen to how your panties are in a bunch. Just the mere mention of these two words, Tom Brady, sets you off like a firecracker. I haven't heard this much passion from Rob Parker in months. My goodness. I don't know, man. I ain't got no issues. You make $263 million. You win 6 Super Bowls in a place, but you're supposed to leave. Yeah, that makes sense. You're roundly regarded as the greatest of all time, but you should have left. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, he did nothing wrong. Just admit you agree with him. The union needs to get its act together. I thought this was going to be a sweet, cuddly session.
Those
segment.
days are over. Stop
I
it.
thought so. I'm shocked.